Assalamu alaikum. You're welcome and welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, we'll be learning how to cut a two-step triangular shaped khimar. If this is what you like to learn, let's dive right into the video. So for this particular project, I'll be making use of 3.5 yards of light crepe fabric. So the first thing I'll do now is to fold my fabric into two. I'll place the measurement I used on the screen. So after folding it into two, I cut out the back part. The back length is 48 inches. So the next thing I'll do now is to measure the edge circumference. Edge circumference divided by 4 is going to give me 6 inches. Then from the edge circumference marked point, I'll place my tape diagonally and input the side length measurement, which is 30 inches. So that's what I'm inputting there right now. The lines are not visible, but hope you understand what I'm talking about. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to draw. Remember, we are making a triangular shaped khimar. Is to draw a straight line from where the side length measurement stops all the way to the hem of the khimar. That is to the length. So I'll cut it out, following the shape. If I cut it out, you will see how it looks like. After that, you give it a notch at the upper part. Then this is the back part. We'll keep it aside and let's cut the front part. Remember, we are cutting a two-step khimar. So the front part and the other side of the back, I'll cut both of them at once. So this is the remaining fabric I have left. So what I'm going to do now, I'll just fold it into 4. So I have it in 2 folds like this, and I'll fold it over into 4. You know, the difference between the back and the front length is supposed to be 8 inches, but in this situation we are not going to make it 8 inches, because if we should use 8 inches as the difference, the other one that we are going to add for the back is going to be too short. So in this case, we are just going to make the front inches and the one for the back equal. So after folding it into 4 in equal parts, the length is 35 inches. So I'll measure the edge circumference, which is 24 divided by 4, 6 inches. The side length measurement is going to be the same, 30 inches. And I'll go ahead to draw the line and I'll connect it back to the length, the same way we did for the back. So I'll separate the upper parts and I'll mark the wrong side so I'll know which one is for the front and which one is for the back. So I'll remove one part which will serve as the front piece and I'll go down by 3/4 of an inch and I'll connect it back to where the edge circumference started with a curve. This is to prevent any bulge around the neck area, and so it can enter your head perfectly with ease. And this one will be for the front. The other one, which will serve as the back part, will reduce the side length measurement. Remember, it's going to be shorter than the actual back measurement. So I reduce it by 5 inches. So now the side length measurement is 25 inches. And I'll connect it back to the length with a straight line and I'll cut it out. So I'll place them on each other to show you how they look like. So this is the longer piece for the back part and this is the shorter piece. You can see the difference, right? So for the hijab cap, I'll fold it into 4 like so. So the length of the cap, I input 4.5 inches. I'll stitch with 1/2 inch and we have 4 inches left. Then the width, I'm going to use 7 inches. Then at the upper part, I'll measure 2 inches. I'm still going to join for the hijab because we are going to tie it to the back. There's no specific measurement for that. Just make sure it is long enough to be able to tie around the back. So I'll cut it out. So for the sewing aspect, the first thing I'm going to do now is to bring the shorter one for the back part and hem the down. I did that because I'm not going to overlock the outer part. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to place the shorter one that we just hem on the longer one. So I'll advise you to use pins to hold it down so it can be accurate. Then after that, I'll just stitch with 1/4 of an inch. I have finished doing it, so we'll keep it aside and let's work on the front part. So for the front part, the edge circumference area, I'm going to hem it a little bit. I have finished hemming it and this is how it looks like. So after that, I'll place the back and the front together and sew the side. So I'll place them on each other front to front. So I'll sew the side with 1/2 inch. I'll just use pin to hold it down because they must meet at the down part. One should not be longer than one. So it is advisable to use pins as you sew. So for the hijab cap, I remember that I said earlier I'm going to join. So I already joined it. You can see the joining right there. So what I'm going to do now, I'll stitch with 1/2 inch. I'll stitch from the beginning right to where the opening stop. So I'll trim out excess fabric, I'll turn it and I'll iron it. So I have ironed it and this is how it looks like. So I'll just close up the part that we're going to stitch to the khimar. And this is how it looks like. So the next thing we'll do now is to stitch it to the khimar. I'll fold it into two and notch the center. I've already notched the center of the khimar too, so I'll place them notch to notch, use a pin to hold it down, and I'll stitch with 1/2 inch. Alright, I am done stitching and this is how it looks like. This is the wrong side and this is the right side. You can see. So the last but not the least is to hem the down part of the khimar and we are done with the khimar. This is the final outcome of the khimar. You can see how beautiful it is looking. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and turn on your notification bell to be notified whenever I upload new video. And if you would like to learn how I made the half niqab I'm wearing, I'll put the link at the top of the video so you can watch it. Masalam.